Yup, that's Honolulu disappearing off of the market. Should have saw this coming. Make sure you smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. SB Honolulu's are 100 plus, and they keep going. It amazes me that this even has a track record right now for what it is, but this card has literally warped itself on into a stable right now. Decks have to play this if you're playing super competitively because the heavy rush decks are just a problem right now. Look at this. I mean, you have little amounts of these left for the pre-errata ones, and that's it. So good luck. They spared no expense on these, though I am very surprised to see that the full art one is still kind of as cheap as it actually is. So if you're playing competitive right now, Connolly is a busted card. It actually kind of allows you the chance to play the game. Who would have guessed? Gradoras. So Gradoras took off pretty hard again this weekend. We saw that Gradora won, I think it was 2 BCSs back to back, and a lot of people kind of looked around. They're like, what's going on here? Like, we're in a control format the way it looks. Honolulu helps. Use Blind Honolulu, give your opponent skill. Every rush deck in the room literally can't do anything. So that's why you're seeing these control decks kind of pick back up here. $20 on the SP Gradoras. Nice $5 to $6 on the VRs, I see. Commons coming in the $2-ish mark. Old Gradoras dollars. I assume that, yeah, there's nice $33, $34 SPs down there for the original. So Gradora kind of cruise controlling itself in terms of value. Chaos Breaker Dragons, our other control deck in the room. Yeah, we just saw that this ended up having 2 push-throughs in recent tops. Nice Delusions at $29 to $34. Okay, everything else Chaos Breaker, I mean, Crisis is down to $14. I really wish there was a day that this would be a little bit better. Most of the builds have kind of abandoned Chaos Breaker Close. Close is really good at locking up the additional zones and putting that extra pressure on the opponent. But to be honest with you, it just doesn't feel that good anymore. Freeze Ray for the defensive options has kind of come through more clutchly, I feel like, as of late. Boy, oh boy. $4 Chaos Breakers. You love to see that. Yeah, there's not a lot else to really say back here in the department for Chaos Breaker. Things are pretty much going as we expected them to. Well, not in terms of the meta. I think the meta being in a control format is by far one of the most interesting things that we could see. But, you know, if watching Honolulu's just crash off of this market, or if you're watching, you know, the immense crazy blowout that is happening on the back end of this, okay, what color is your wish? This would be our cycler for the Bermuda stuff, am I right? Yeah, when discarded from your hand, Soul Blast, put this card on the bottom of the deck, draw a card. We have a little bit expensive. The fact that these have actually hit the $24 mark, but, I mean, you need, if you're playing anything in Standard with Bermuda, you're going to want this because it's, especially I believe with the whole Welstra thing, this is just free draw power for the deck. Surprisingly, the FFRs haven't hit an insane ceiling. Typically with these sorts of things, you kind of look around in the market, you're like, oh boy, like what's going on here? Yeah, 135, 137, 138. Pretty cruise controlling in my personal opinion for what we're seeing here. So overall, not too surprised yet again. Another excellent power card doing its thing. Speaking of, oh boy, the what we're going to refer to as the chasers when the opponent does things, plus the additional bind effect for these over triggers. These are $34 a piece at the moment. And then, meanwhile, you can buy the FFR for a little double the price of the other guy. Yeah, remove an OT, choose one of your other front row units. It gets power plus 15k. Sorry you didn't give these more, like, powerful effects, but to be honest with you, yeah, choose one of your opponent's 14 or greater, increases units powered by that opponent's power. So yeah, this is by far, I think, one of the best ones that we got on the support line for that. Bastion stuff, Bastion Primes. Look at this, $200, $300. Apex Lord Bastions themselves, 90s. The SPs actually have gotten bought out. Oh boy. And then $20 on the Bastion Primes. That's actually disgusting. The fact that these are actually rumbling up. Okay, sure. Canaras. You know, I'm not going to lie. The promo is busted. You play this card as an extra attack extender with some of the new stuff, and you go to town. But original Kanaris's card is not terrible. It's just, I don't know, I like the other one a little bit more. This is locked behind Gen 1, or GB1, of course. Yeah, $12, $14, $12. And these haven't had any other sales other than the 4 that just moved fairly recently. So somebody's cooking up something. You'll typically see this with a lot of the stuff in the game. Somebody will come up with some cracked idea that they'll want to test out. They'll pick up 4. You'll either A, hear about it and the next wave of buyouts will occur, or, you know, we continue on with how things are going. Virina, oh boy, you know, I was curious to know what's going on with this card. $110 for this. Esperidia's $130 on up to $150, and they keep going. FFRs are $20, okay. 29s, you have SP Esperidia's at 40s now. Brand Virina's 26. The Flaring Equips FFRs are $15 to $20, and regular Esperidia's are at $35 to $40. At this point in time, why would I spend a stupid amount of money to pick up these? I can just come on up here to the SPs and get the SPs $1 or $2 extra, and honestly, they kind of look a little bit nicer at that point. This is crazy to me that this is what we're dealing with right now in the Virina department. Like, the prices aren't stopping, and I don't think they're going to stop. Valiente is $5. Oh boy, $5. Arcs is a nice $4 SP. Expector is a nice $6. Arcs for the reprint is actually going up. These are disappearing off the market. That's something kind of interesting to know. You are seeing, you know, things like this disappearing. Honestly, the alt art looks good, but the card does say Counterblast 1, draw 2, so it is kind of interesting to see. And the rest of these are just kind of nothing at this point in time. So you have a decent springboard here of value being pushed around in terms of this stuff. Spiral Breaker. Oh boy. You know, I just want to say that I'm genuinely impressed. This card was like $10 a week ago. We come back to Market Watch today, we revisit this, and we're like, what in the world has actually happened? Well, they pushed down. The market was like, no, we're not handling this. The price point swung back around, and we're seeing that spiral push down here that I think a lot of people wanted to see. So this is good. Pricking Nurse, on the other hand, has not really had much of its recovery. We still are seeing $4 to $5 here. They do move. I mean, people are picking them up. People want to make sure that they can get their playsets of this stuff, which is good. The new support line here, the Wild Shot Rupert, good old Spike Brothers out here, getting theirs. Coming in about $4 on the early pre-sale things. Pretty crazy to see that this is where we're starting. And then the Sleep Learn Jumbuck here, poor little guy, coming in at $3 to $4 to kind of start things off. It'd be $4 after shipping, so not too bad. And then Dragon Masquerade case is $7.45. So cheap. Good old Zorga mask at $2.86. The mask Straya $145, $160. Leonore mask $150. Gandivas $90 for FFRs. Those are so cheap. We already looked at Virina's earlier. Under the Starry Sky texture foil, $65 to $70. I actually didn't even know that existed in that foil. $70 for the Sickle Blade, our cycler. I'm actually very curious to see what we'll get for a useful cycler, unless they're just going to chuck up the one that we already got in the structure deck. $50 for Aquamarine. Wow. Zorga $40. Wow. Cycler for $25. Wow. You know, this stuff is really cheap. Or Penetrate Aqua got bought out too, $53. Okay, you can thank the promo for that. Deck is actually pretty fun, all real things considered. Outside of that, the mask is down to under 30. Wow, I believe we have a reprint of this coming, so well, not of the full art, but we'll have to wait and see. And $20 for the regular mask. Okay, I see you. Depth, $5. Well, those went down. Okay, and we're at $9 here for the Shunda. Okay, well, we have a decent spread of value here, the way it looks this week. So, I'm not all that surprised. Oh, wow, we got an FFR buyout. Okay. So, what do you think about today's market? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today. You guys stay safe out there, alright? Thanks Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCool40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcoolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.